This is Doug Mills for the New York Times. I just accompanied President Obama on his 7-day trip through Africa. I've been on a trip like this before with a sitting president. In 1998, I accompanied President Clinton, and it was a big trip for him at the time. But with President Obama and his family, the trip took on a lot of different meanings. There are a few moments that really stood out on this trip. On Saturday, the historical nature of the first African-American president hit as President Obama visited Gorée Island in Senegal. You could see the emotions and the thoughtfulness of the president as he looked out the window of a cell that acted as a holding place for countless slaves before they left for America. The First Lady and the president's 2 daughters went with him, and Mr. Obama had said many times during the trip how important it was for him and his family to see this place. But it was also important for everyone in Africa to see the first family. That was evident when I accompanied the First Lady to the Martin Luther King School for the Girls, where the girls danced and beamed at Mrs. Obama. Sunday, Mr. Obama visited the jail of Nelson Mandela in Pretoria, South Africa. The president had been there before, but it was a pretty telling moment to have him stand there looking out the window and reflecting on the long years Mandela had spent there. Mr. Mandela's health weighed on everyone, from the moment we left the United States to the day we got back. On a personal level, the president and his staff showed a lot of concern that they not overshadow the news stories and the prayers pouring out all over the continent for Mr. Mandela's well-being. From the time he landed in Africa, the outpouring of emotion for Mr. Obama has been overwhelming. I don't think I've ever seen crowds as large as they were for the president's motorcade, from his reception in Senegal to when we landed in Tanzania. Normally, for a presidential motorcade, people are kept way back off the streets and sometimes as far as a block away. Here in Tanzania, they were so close to the motorcade that they could reach out and touch the cars. There was also some disappointment in Africa that the president didn't get to meet Mr. Mandela and also did not end up going to Kenya. But many of the photos and videos that I captured there display few disappointed faces, but instead showed lots of excitement about seeing President Obama visit Africa.
And as you guide Africa down that long and difficult road, I want you to know that you will always find the extended hand of a friend in the United States of America.